Honorable Governor was appointed as an IPS officer in Kerala and later in Jammu and Kashmir. He then joined the Central Bureau of Intelligence and, as a part of it, conducted several anti-corruption crusades against criminal gangs associated with mining mafias and successfully handled insurgencies in Jammu and Kashmir, the northeastern parts of India, and the Maoist following regions. He was the interlocutor of the India-Naga peace talks in 2015 and played a pivotal role in singing the historic Nagaland peace accord that aimed to bring an end to the long-standing Naga insurgency. I would now like to invite our director, Professor B. Kamakoti, to the dais to felicitate the governor. I now request the Honorable Governor to address the gathering.
My dear students, first of all, a namaskara and welcome to all of you. It's indeed a matter of pleasure and delight for me to be with the brilliant minds, because needless to say that you are among the best and the brightest in the country. IIT, getting into IIT itself is a matter of pride, and it comes after. It speaks a lot. And among the IIT Madras, the way to your accomplishment, to your effort, the way you have raised the profile, it only shows that you are the creme de la creme of our brilliant young people, among our brilliant young people. And whenever I meet, and I always prefer meeting young people, granularly, though I am myself white.
Welcome once again, Honorable Governor. While serving in the Intelligence Bureau, you successfully handled the insurgencies in Jammu and Kashmir. In Jammu and Kashmir, northeast regions and the Maoist-affected region. These insurgencies have been persistent over time, and despite efforts by various governments, a long-lasting resolution has yet to be found. What do you believe are the major causes for such insurgencies, and who are the major stakeholders for the integral of long-term peace?
You know, much of our problem that we faced, insurgency included, is the way we look at the country. Now, if you look at insurgency, there are three broad theatres: Jammu and Kashmir, Northeast, and Maoist. What were these insurgencies about? Jammu and Kashmir insurgency, Jammu and Kashmir is not a part of India. So we will see the way. That was the narrative around which the entire insurgency began and carried on. Northeast insurgency, again the same thing, we are not part of it. We want to be independent and will fight for it. Maoist insurgency, because they said we don't believe in the constitutional parliamentary democracy. It has to be dictatorship of the proletariat. This has to be Maoist model of government. Now, the question is, how did we look at address the problem before? When people in Jammu and Kashmir, not people, but handful of terrorists, when they picked up gun and started challenging the Indian state, saying Jammu and Kashmir is not a part of India, what did we do? Of course, our military fought this, the security forces fought the gun people, but at the same time, we kept patronizing and we kept hobnobbing with those leaders like Hurriyat and even the some militant leaders who were fighting by one means or other that Jammu and Kashmir is not a part of India. Now, what was the message that we were giving? By engaging them, we were giving legitimacy. That yes, Pakistan, every time we say Pakistan, is a stakeholder. Now, when you are dealing with the problem of, let us say, I come to Jammu and Kashmir, when you are dealing with the problem of Jammu and Kashmir in a way that gives an impression or perception that by engaging with the people, those who are fighting for separation of Jammu and Kashmir, hobnobbing with them, entertaining them at the national capital, in some way or other you are giving a message that perhaps there is some point in what you are saying. Now the question is, how do we look at Jammu and Kashmir? Do we look at Jammu and Kashmir as a part of India or not? Let us not have any kind of confusion that it is a part and it is not a part. If we say it's a part of India, and it is a part of India because Jammu and Kashmir became part of India like any other 560 and odd princely states in the same way. Because when the British left, it was for the princely estate ruler to decide whether to be with India or with Pakistan or to remain independent. British had done a lot of damage. They had left behind a country in which you could have 560 independent countries within India. Thanks to Patel, they all came. They merged into India. Jammu and Kashmir also, by Maharaja Hari Singh, ruler of Jammu and Kashmir, signed the instrument of annexation. It became part of India. Why? There was ambiguity thereafter. It's a part of India. And if it's a part of India, anyone who says it is not a part of India and take it away is an enemy of the nation. And has to be dealt as an enemy of the nation. There is no hobnobbing, there is no question of giving you any kind of a treatment, fair treatment. Or, fair in the sense that we are better. No. Jammu and Kashmir, a temporary provision was incorporated in the constitution. Temporary provision. This was again a mistake. It shouldn't have happened. First and foremost, when Jammu and Kashmir became part of India through the instrument of annexation, the matter was resolved. But it was a mistake not to fully accept it or implement it and protect Jammu and Kashmir from any invasion. And subsequently, those people who have started fighting, we have started engaging with them over the table. No. We must have a clear sense of what is called Shatru Bodh. Anyone who tries to break this country is an enemy of the nation, and we will deal with them as an enemy of the nation. And what happened? 370 gone. Now, all those people, those who used to claim as stakeholders, they have signed up. Nobody. Similarly, in the Northeast. Northeast, British created a narrative that Northeast was not a part of India. And when some people started using violence, Government of India approach also was, okay, they need to be with sensitivity, they need to be brought in. Do you understand this country? When I went in 1990, I went to Northeast. Everyone told me the same story. Everyone asked me to read the book written by a British civil servant, Edward Gate, History of Assam. Assam was almost the entire Northeast. It was a colonial perspective. When I started meeting people, I give you one illustration. There is an Idu-Mismi tribe in Arunachal Pradesh, close to China border. I used to stay with the people, I used to have the village chief as their guest, sleep in their houses. I saw those tribal people having tuft, what we call chutia. I was curious, what is this? And they told me a story. Rukmini was from there. And they told the whole story, that how Rukmini was in love with Sri Krishna, she wanted to marry him. Her brother Rukmini wanted to marry her after somebody. She gave a message to Krishna. Krishna came, fought Rukmini, and wanted to kill. And at that time, the sister sought the third man, spare the life of my brother. And then Sri Krishna took this, with his Sudarshan Chakra, shaved the hair and left the throat. Now this legend, this folk tale, within the tribal communities which are far remote, who you and I called, British called them tribals. How did this story reach there? Parasuram Kund, right at the trisection of Burma, India and China. There is a Parasuram Kund. When I go to Manipur, they all say that they all have a story. They have a Rash Leela. Rash Leela is the most, which is the story of love, story of Krishna. This is the popular theme there. All go to tribal areas of Karpi, they have a story of Shriram, their own story with certain variations. Now, we didn't reach out to the people. We didn't try to understand the people. And when we see that, look, how did this story reach there? This India has not been built by rulers and the strongmen, Bahubali. It is a cultural and civilizational evolution. And that is what is spread all over, that is what united. That is what made people move from one part of the country to another. 600 years ago, a great saint of Assam, Mahapurush Shankar Dev, travelled all the way from Guwahati, came to Rameshwaram, studied there, came to Kanchipuram, studied there, went to Kashi, studied there, went back. And the first poem that he composed was Dhanya Dhanya Bharat Bhumi. And then we started saying that no, they are not us. What is this? The question is, we didn't understand our country. And without understanding, we come. This was a huge connect between the state and the people. Huge disconnect between the state and the people. We started treating the people. And when we start treating the people as if you are not ours, then naturally that further reinforces the belief that they are not yours. We change the paradigm. No, you are us. You are us, you have a problem, we will deal with it. It is our problem, it's not your problem. We will together, we will sort it out. And this is what happened in the last. While Jammu and Kashmir issued in 2019 with the abrogation of 370 in the northeast, right from 2014, ever since this Prime Minister came, we made it very clear. Zero tolerance to gun. Anyone who picks up gun and fights, we will deal with it. With that. There is no tolerance. But you are us, we will do everything for you. There is a massive growth happening, infrastructure. Roads being built, thousands of kilometers of highways. So many new airports have been built. Railway lines have been extended to places which were inconceivable. A story of growth. Story of growth. The fact is that you are us, you are not different, you are disadvantaged in many ways, we will overcome that together. Your problem is not your problem, it's our problem. And together we did. And that is what has brought, and today we find absolute peace in Northeast. Northeast, there was a time when we used to do 2,000 people every year. 2,000, 350 to 400 security force personnel used to die every year fighting. Today there is nothing. All peace, everybody go over there. 5-star hotels are coming up, investment is coming up, tourist resorts are coming up. You visit Northeast, I suppose. And those of you who wish to give, tell me if you want to act me as your tourist guide, I will give you advice how to travel. It's all very. So the way you look at the country, that's all.
As the interlocutor for the National Socialist Council of Nagaland, peace talks, and later as the Governor of Nagaland, you played a key role in the signing and implementation of the historic Nagaland Peace Accord. Given your extensive experiences and knowledge of the region, can you elaborate on the specific challenges you faced in signing and implementing the accord and how you overcame them?
The first insurgency in the country was Naga insurgency. It began in 1950s. Not at the time of independence, after a few years. On the same narrative. We are not Indian. Nagas are not Indian. And we responded with our understanding, that very understanding that okay. Let us have it away. I used to often call it security is M square, money and military. That was the approach of the government. You know, as I said, you are among the finest brains in the country. The country has a lot of expectations from you. All that I would like to advise, if you take an advice, is never think small, never dream small. Dream something large. However large it might be, think large, dream large. And have the junoon to pursue it. Nothing in life comes with run-of-the-mill ordinary thing. If you wish to achieve anything extraordinary, you have to be a little crazy, you have to be a little insane. That insanity within you will drive you and will help you achieve it. And never get defeated by your failure. Failures are setback. We have all suffered. We have all failed. I have failed multiple times in my career, in my life. I never let the failure defeat me. Move on. And do things which are otherwise it is unimaginable. Do things. You are capable. You are among the finest brains. So, if you do not, then it's not only your personal loss, it's the loss of the nation also. If you are capable of delivering something, doing something, and you end up doing something half a quarter of that, it's your loss. It's the loss of the country as well. So dream large, because we expect you to. If you don't dream large, who else will dream? Be daring. Have some element, some insanity within you, to pursue it. And don't allow any failure or setback to defeat you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you once again for the wonderful talk. We have a special book in which all the spotlight speakers of history write down their experiences with Shastra. And I now invite our Governor Mahbub to bring it over to the stage for the Honorable Governor.
क्या रहा है Yes.
We now invite our director, Professor V. Kamakurti, and Dean of Students, Professor Nilesh Vasa, to present the shawl and momentum to the Honorable Governor. We thank the audience for